republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we need to consider the approval of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Okay, we had a first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Consider the minutes of the May 5th, 2026 regular meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we had a first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Any citizens wishing to make statements during the discussion of any item must first be recognized by the commission chair. After being recognized, that person should state their name and the name of any organization represented. Statement should be limited to 5 minutes. Please silence all phones and electronic devices. Recording of the meeting is allowed, and the commission requests that anyone using special recording equipment be seated in the back row to avoid creating a distraction during the meeting. Moving on to old business, and there is no old business at this time. And moving on, new business. We have a letter of appreciation, and Mr. Potsner will give details.
Morning, Commissioners. Morning. So in 1997, Karen Winkleman was hired as a nurse at the health department. Upon the occasion of her retirement and her last day coming up here on Friday, the commission will thank her for the countless hours dedicated to our community, our state, and this world.
Okay, thank you. I need a motion.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I'd move to provide Karen Winkleman, Public Health Director, a letter of appreciation in advance of her May 15th, 2026 retirement.
Okay, and I'll give the honor of reading an appreciation letter to me.
Mr. Chairman, I'll go ahead and second that.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead and read.
Karen, when you were hired in 1997, the world looked different. Public health looked different. We focused on heart disease, cancer, and stroke. Smoking and chronic disease were important issues. As we're maximizing vaccinations, genetic screening, and reducing HIV transmissions, we watched as healthcare costs increased. 23 years later, the world came to a standstill when the coronavirus, as it became known, called COVID-19, became the first pandemic of our lifetime. In a March 16, 2020 address, which saw your appointment as interim local health officer, and I quote, you said, "The number one priority of our work is public safety." You upheld that sentiment through hard times. When life was uncertain, when public health meant closing down the world, you stood resolute. Your calm demeanor, your trust in the work of KDHE and the CDC brought us through. Today, we watch you navigate drug use and infectious disease, mental health issues, antibiotic resistance, and health equity, and still continued rising cost of healthcare. We have always valued you and your input. To our future generations at the forefront of public health in Barton County, we will say, Karen Winkleman, our favorite public health director, told us, healthy citizens are the greatest asset any county could have. You will always be right on that. And upon this occasion of your retirement, we say thank you for the countless hours you have dedicated to our community, our state, this world. You have given more than you know, and for that, we are very thankful. So, thank you, Karen. Okay, I've got a plaque. Does anybody have any comments or anything? Got the floor. Yeah.
Somebody wants to say something.
But Donna does.
I have a lot of comments I'd like to make, but I promised Karen I wasn't going to get emotional. I will miss her. She was a colleague and a very dear friend, is a very dear friend. And so I will leave it at that.
I just want to say thank you for all your years of dedicated service to Barton County.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I'm kind of like Donna in going through a lot of years with Karen, not as many as Donna, of course, but. I think I'm going.
True story.
Anyway, no, Karen, your love and care and compassion and the way you led your staff through just anything but COVID, those uncertain times are something that Barton County's greatest blessing that you can't put in the measure, and we can't thank you enough. Time for you to have some fun.
Mr. Chair, I just said the last 5 years with some of the new commissioners coming on have been challenging for you. And we haven't always seen eye to eye, Karen, you and I. But by God, through the years, I think that you have turned into being one of my favorite department heads and one of the best employees Barton County has. So we're all going to be very sad to see you go, but at the same time, wish you all the best.
Thank you all. How about the public? Anybody, any comments?
I know this.
State your name, please.
Private citizen. Karen is the one who told me that I had COVID. And she told me with tears in her eyes. And I will always remember how many times she called and checked on me when I was home all by myself. And she's just like, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And that is her to a T. And yeah, we're gonna miss her a lot.
I think she did that to a lot of people.
I think you're probably right.
Sheriff's office has a few comments.
So,
We work fairly closely with the health department when they need assistance. It's usually pretty interesting when we get to go. I've seen nurses burst into flames. I've seen pickle juice freeze at ambient temperature. I've seen people with, I was wearing a chemo pump at the time, and I had colon cancer 12 years ago. Some dude with infectious diseases that I swore to Karen, if he got any closer to me, I was going to shoot him. It has been interesting. The health department caused the largest traffic control problem I have ever dealt with at one time. Well, with 1,200 cars, 1,100 cars at one whack.
And they kept doing it day
Yeah,
after
3
day.
days of it. I mean, it topped the 3 Eyes show when we still had it here. I mean, at least those people came and went. We'd go out there, I'd get out there at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, there'd be 25 cars lined up already. And I think one day we broke 1,000 cars out there.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
manhandling 1,000 cars was a real trip. That was also the same day, it was so damn cold, somebody brought chili out. And I walked over to get a bowl of chili, and there's an open jar of pickles sitting there. The pickle juice had frozen solid in the jar. Now that contains a lot of salt, and I'm thinking this is just really a bad idea to be out here today. We got through it, and I've learned that you do not let the health department do their own traffic control. I started getting calls one day at my desk. The police department said, you might need to go down there and assist with some traffic. So myself and the undersheriff run down there. Somehow they had 3 cars facing each other in the parking lot. It doesn't work that way, but one thing I can say, it's been an interesting ride working with them. So
I'm sure.
thank you for your service.
anything else?
If I may, I would like to say a few words.
Sure. State your name, please.
My sister.
Oh, you can say that now.
I promise I'll be short.
You are short. Are you gonna tell that story
I
too?
am.
Gotta find it.
Yeah, I feel
I feel like I saved his life one day. I went to the shooting range quite often just as a stress relief and enjoyed it. And one day he said, why don't you shoot my gun? And I thought, yeah, I'm gonna shoot the sheriff's gun. And I aimed and kept trying, and the trigger wouldn't move. And I said, something's wrong here. And so I saved his life as I.
I'll admit to what happened. So she can't pull the trigger on my Colt. I get up, I try to pull the trigger. It's solid, it ain't moving. What had happened is I had have custom grips on that gun. I had repaired those grips. I got a drop of super glue right beside the trigger housing on the trigger. And it had super glued the trigger in place and it would not pull. So I was back in the armory removing the super glue out of my trigger after that.
I'll say it, I saved your
You
life.
saved my life, okay, fine. I had not been involved in any gunfights prior to that.
I'll keep this short, and as Commissioner Hutchinson knows, I did not take 4-H. So I tried to write a speech and it just didn't happen. I attempted about 3 starts, but I just want to say, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? A nurse. And Dwayne can relate to that, that my brother wanted to be a priest and he played mass in church, and I was the nurse that brought my babies, my dolls, to church. And then, you know, they got sick and cried and all that. That was the only way I could get out of his long homilies when he was probably 5 and I was 8 maybe. But that was a passion we both had, and we both were able to carry out that passion. Along the way, multiple different jobs I've had in med-surg, in OB, delivery, ER, family practice. Coming to public health was scary because it's not something you learn in nursing school, at least back not in those days. Denny DeWitt was the person who said, hey, why don't you try it out? Why don't you try it out? So I did, and that was 29 years ago. So Denny has a special place in my heart for that because I didn't know what I was getting into. Probably it was a good thing. But along the way, there were many lessons learned, challenges, things I never, ever thought I would be doing. Friendships, collaborations. Growing up in Barton County, you see faces that you know everywhere you go. So it's hard to go anywhere. My husband can attest to that. Like, everybody knows you. Well, it's just the way it is. But along the way, public health emergency preparedness is not if something's going to happen, it's when. And little did I know how true that statement was, because along came the pandemic, and that was our win. And needless to say, my career changed on March 13th, 2020 at 2:38 p.m. when I had a conversation with Donna Zimmerman, county clerk at that time, and Phil Hathcock, our county administrator at that time. And I still remember exactly what I was wearing and where I was sitting. And it's like, okay, here we go. So taking the knowledge and the support from the community and moving forward with COVID truly was a challenge for the whole community, and we couldn't have done it alone. There's no way. There were things I didn't even know I didn't know. But the sheriff had a little opportunity there to mention a few things, but I put those on things that I learned. And
I'm behind you.
I know. Pickle juice does freeze, okay? Pizza, a new way to keep pizza warm, which our food safety is not, we don't do that, but when you're out in a drive-through, you put it on the hoods of cars. His deputies come rolling up in the expo building, pop their hoods, and the pizza's all on their hood or on the engines warming up. It worked. Learned how to talk on the law enforcement radios. I think several times I heard use the damn radio. And it's like, yeah, okay.
And there were several FCC codes violated that week.
Traffic control. I will say, you know, in my retirement, that may be my new thing. Traffic control. Yeah, it sucked. He's kind of right, but I kind of told him to get out of my parking lot. I could handle it, and I didn't. But scrubs are flammable, in case you didn't know that. Also environmental visits.
You need to back up to the close our flammable for. I'm out dealing with the 1,100 cars, right? So I come zooming into the expo building, jump out of my patrol car, look on the ground, and there's burnt clothing laying everywhere. And I'm thinking, what in the hell happened here? And nobody will tell me. They're all just looking at me. What happened? And then I realized they had kerosene space heaters in there. One of the nurses backed up the kerosene space heater and they were wearing insulated coveralls, so she didn't feel it, and burst into flames. And two firemen put her out.
No, we
No,
didn't.
one of our
Oh,
others.
you guys put them out?
Thank you for that.
Just thought I'd like
Uh-huh.
everybody.
And I can size and fit people for coveralls. Never knew and we have a great supply. So countywide, if anybody needs coveralls, we have all sizes. Alarm system. You never know when that's going to go off 24/7. So you never know, do I call police to come or not? But on Christmas Day, it's like, no, there shouldn't be people downtown and why is the alarm going off? So dispatch asked if I wanted a police officer to be present, and I said, yeah, I think that's a good idea. So we go in. Needless to say, I didn't tell him to turn his body cam off, and we had a squirrel running loose. And we chased it for quite a while. And you know, those partnerships, well, they also develop in the law enforcement world. So I think the police chief provided you with footage of that.
We may have seen it.
Yeah. So, again, I learned how to trap squirrels in the ceiling too. So, you know, I have several things I can do in retirement. But really, I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to lead the county and to have trust in me doing that. These things, I mean, I did work, but these things are what kept us working. During COVID, my husband Tim retired, and I came home one day and said, did we talk about that? Because I was never home. And I was so grateful that he had, because he did a lot of the homemaker duties. I had clean laundry, clean scrubs all the time. So I appreciate that. So I look forward to having time with my family. My family's here today, some of them, and this book from this point on is going to be rather empty compared to the previous books I've had, but I am looking forward to that. And I just want to thank you for your continued support and for the community support.
Karen,
Oh,
I know that you learned a couple of other skills, so I have a short video I'd like to, no, I'm kidding. I do have a short video, but
Don't scare her like.
and, you know, Tim's looking at me now, like when I walked in my house during COVID, he'd go, who are you? And I said, I live here. And truly, it was a very few hours.
Gonna tell the monkey story.
You know that she can back an RV now?
Oh, I get this call. They have a camper, a fifth wheel camper, okay? And I get this call. She says, can you come out here to the landfill and help me with this camper? I said, okay, I'm en route. And I think Steve was going out with me.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're driving out and we just barely get north of the city. We get an injury accident on K-156, just south of Claflin. So we can't stop, we can't help. So we light it up, we go past the dump at about 115 miles an hour. Look over, she's got the camper and the truck wedged in the landfill gate. No trash trucks can get in, can get out, and I can't stop the help. We got to go up the injury accident. How did you ever get that out of
You're
there?
done.
Did we get it right? I drove by there and about, holy God, how did she do that? You had to back up 19 times to get it jammed in there that tight. I was impressed.
did you wonder which was the biggest emergency? You know, did you wonder which one was the
Yeah,
biggest?
I didn't know which one was gonna be the bigger emergency before it was over.
It's probably the landfill.
Yeah, probably the landfill, because well, you know, the trash guys are all lined up out on the highway and there's this camper stuck in their gates.
Sorry, Karen, I didn't know it was gonna lead to that.
This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a plaque and we're actually have to take a picture.
Mr. Chairman, should we go ahead and call that vote too while we're at it?
Yes.
We got a motion and a second.
Okay. We had first and second, all in favor?
I,
Okay, motion carried.
All right, just to make sure.
Thank you.
Give her the plaque.
Before we give her the plaque, we gotta make sure.
Appreciation of Karen Winkleman, Public Health Director. You have given more than you know. Presented May 2026 by Barton County Commission. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Do you guys want to scooch in and take a picture?
Yeah. That'd be a group. Yeah.
Okay, look at Andrew first.
That's
Thank
not-
you.
A lot of clicking there.
What did you ask? Remember? Oh.
Okay, moving on. You have another proclamation, National Prevention Week. And I believe we have Mr. Morton, Prevention Advocate, 20th Judicial District Juvenile Services.
Morning, Commissioners. I'm excited to be here for the roast of Karen Winkleman. I'm sorry, National Prevention Week. No, in all honesty, before we even get to this part, I will say I've been here for just a little over 4 years now. Moved up here from Derby, never been in Barton County before. Didn't know a lot of people when I first took this job. Ironically, as we celebrate Karen today, one of the first people I got in touch with was Caitlin Sigler over at the health department. And then through that, was introduced to Karen maybe a couple weeks onto the job, had her granddaughter in youth crew for a little bit of time. And so Karen and I spent a lot of time together those first couple of years. And just want to congratulate you, Karen, on everything. It's always really nice to walk over to the health department on business. And then if I need to get away for a few minutes from my desk to go in and just chat life up with Karen and see what's going on. I wasn't here for what you guys went through the pandemic. We came in after the fact. But I know that that was a tough time on everybody. And so to have somebody lead you through that, I think that just speaks to her character and integrity. And I'm glad we'll miss her, but I hope you enjoy retirement. Okay. Don't be a stranger. We'll find you around somewhere. We'll run into you at Walmart or something. So, today we're here to talk about National Prevention Week, which is always in the second week of May. So the 11th through the 15th of this year. National Prevention Week promotes the world we want to see, where prevention helps keep people and communities healthy and safe. Today, we're going to read a proclamation to you guys. I have some youth crew members here to help me. Dragged them out of school this morning to work on their public speaking, so they're excited and ready to go. I've also got community partners here. We've got the Center for Counseling. We've got Family Crisis Center here. We have the Sheriff's Office, the Health Department. So just an opportunity to talk to you guys about what we do, why prevention is so important, whether it's evidence-based strategies, whether it's the data that we look at all the time, or just the efforts we put in general. Sometimes the prevention efforts get missed on a little bit because they are exactly that. They are prevention. They are there in place to keep bad things from happening. Obviously, we do a lot of highlights here in the county, and a lot of people are recognized for their work, but this is an opportunity for us to come forward and say it is important. I know it's been stated before that a lot of this is done outside of taxpayer money. It is state funding. It is federal funding. I think people need to be cognizant of that because these grants do run out at some point, and we put a lot of time and energy and a lot of ourselves into these preventative efforts. And so just the continued support, the awareness of what we're doing with all this stuff. So I'm going to start off reading the proclamation. We're just going to kind of go down the line, and we ask for you guys to acknowledge it this week, if you would, please. Whereas, according to the 2024 SAMHSA National Survey on Drug Use and Health, 48.4 million people aged 12 or older, or 16.5% of the population, met the criteria for having a substance use disorder. Approximately 59 million people aged 12 or older experienced a mental health challenge in the past year. And
these problems do not discriminate and can affect people in all walks of life, no matter age, race, or status. And
next one.
oh yeah. Kansas ranks 18th in the U.S. in mental health care and 37th in overall health care. And
Whereas, sorry, I'm still sick. Whereas prevention programs and organizations are proving to be effective. Without proper support, our local communities cannot continue to fight back against these issues and provide our residents with opportunities to thrive. And
whereas community programs such as Central Kansas Partnership, Youth Crew Barton County, the Barton County Health Department, Central Kansas Community Corrections, the 20th Judicial District Juvenile Services, the Center of Counseling and Consultation, Family Crisis Center, and other public and private providers have the power and the responsibility to make community change. Now, therefore, be to proclaim by the Board of County Commissioners of Barton County, Kansas, Kansas, that May 11th through 15th, 2026 is declared as National Prevention Week. And
further, citizens are urged to become more aware and be able to recognize the signs of mental health and substance use disorders. Equally important, citizens should help build community, strengthen resilience, and create hope to keep those around them and themselves healthy and safe. And
Further, in recognition of the seriousness of substance use and mental health issues in our community, the power of prevention, and the tireless efforts of those working to make a difference, we recognize, support, and appreciate the programs and events that increase awareness of and action around mental health and or substance use disorders.
All right, thank you, commissioners. Again, thank you to everybody that read this morning. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have or any comments you guys have at this time.
Do you have any comments?
I just look forward to you guys coming in and bringing in the kids, and it's always good to see everyone.
And I just like to say, Tyler, thank you for all that you do with everybody and helping the awareness and all that you guys do in your schools too. Appreciate it.
I think we might have a new role for Tyler. He could MC the next roast.
Yeah. Get to be the roast master. It depends on who's up next. That was a little rough on Karen. I don't even know half the story. So
Yeah.
Karen, I will tell you, I've got trailers stuck in places to drive-throughs and things like that. You'll never outlive that. So
There's more stories, trust me.
I know. It's a short meeting today, though.
And for your kids, great job reading. It's so hard to get up in front of a group and read like that. So well done. You'll only get better every time you do it. So
Thank you all for doing that. Okay, with that said, I think I'm ready for a motion.
I'd like to make this motion if I could. I move to adopt proclamation 2026-08 as National Prevention Week.
I'll
Okay,
second that.
got a first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Okay,
thank you.
okay, we move on down to another resolution, a procurement policy, and Mr. Potzner will present details.
Mr. Chairman, this room clears out. I'm wondering, are you guys still in school right now? Or is it school just
That's where I'm taking it back.
Last day or what? Is that?
A couple last days and we have a couple voice in Cincinnati.
We're gonna need them to stay to watch the rest of the meeting.
Gotta be in school.
Yeah, oh.
I get some angry principal messages at that point. I have a problem. Yes.
Now we know why your stories are so boring. You're in a boring meeting. Yeah.
So the county has operated with purchasing standards for several years. That practice eventually evolved into the current procurement policy, first adopted in 2020. The county continues to refine its language. This particular iteration deals with the threshold for repairs and like expenditures. Language updates reference the county's government bidding, vendor, and grammatical errors or grammatical corrections. Specifically, what was changed, a section for informal procurement for improvement projects that require pre-design. So this is projects where the scope, design, or total project cost cannot be reasonably determined without initial exploratory work, including but not limited to selective demolition, inspection, layout, or limited construction activities. And this addresses the continuation of work for small projects. So if the total estimated cost of the project is determined to be less than $20,000, the county may award the remaining work to the same contractor that did the initial exploratory work. That if it's over the $20,000 threshold, we would continue with competitive procurement after that point and take bids for the continuing work. So this section is intended solely to allow flexibility in defining and executing small scale improvement projects, which shall not be used to avoid competition for projects that exceed the established procurement thresholds. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
I think this is pretty standard stuff.
Yeah, I think there's some things we just can't wait. Okay, any other comments? Okay, with that said, I'm ready for a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move to adopt resolution 2026-13, a resolution establishing a procurement policy and procedures for purchasing and sourcing and rescinding resolution 2025-12, same adopted July 8th, 2025.
Can I get a second?
Second that.
Okay, first and second, all in favor?
Hi.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay, we're moving on to executive session. Do we have any need for an executive session? I see none. Okay, moving on, ending business. Following the close of the agenda meeting, the commission will consider authorization of personal changes for classified positions, sign any documentation approved during the agenda meeting, or sign any other documentation required for regular county business. Similar action may take place. Appointments, although subject to change, the following appointments have been scheduled at 9:45 or following the close of the commission agenda meeting. The commission will meet as Board of Health at 10:15 or following the close of the Board of Health meeting, planning session with media consultant. 10:30, regular business discussion, Matt Pottsner, County Administrator. 10:45, program update, Josh Beckman, County Engineer, Kirkman and Michael. 11 o'clock, program update, Chris Schartz, County Works Director. 11:30, commission will continue business discussion. And at 1:30, interview for County Councilor Todd Powell, Jutter Law Firm. And at 2:30, the commission will continue business discussion. The county edition KVGB AM Thursday at 11:05 AM. Brooke Hallmark, Central Kansas Community Correction Director, scheduled for May 14th, 2026. And moving on to other business discussion items. Do we have discussion items? I will have to say, since my wife's here, I think we were having a anniversary on Thursday.
Oh,
So happy anniversary.
happy anniversary.
49 years.
Thank
Listen to that.
you. Couple.
Anything else you'd like to?
No.
We're moving on.
We're still.
Congratulations and happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, guys.
And moving on, citizens organizations may present requests or proposals for initial consideration at this time. The commissioners are available to the public on Tuesday during regular business hours. One or more commissioners may be present in the commission chambers conducting county business throughout the day on Tuesdays. The commissioners may individually schedule personal appointments related to the county business at their discretion. And the next regular meeting will be at 9 a.m. Tuesday, May 19th, 2026. And with that, I'm ready for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried, meeting adjourned. Okay, now we're going to move right into the Board of Health. Calling the meeting to order. First of all, we need to consider the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Consider the minutes of the April 1st, 2025 meeting. Can I get a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the minutes of the April 1st, 2025 regular meeting.
Second.
Okay, we had a first and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Any citizen wishing to make statement during the discussion of any item must first be recognized by the commission chair. After being recognized, that person should state their name and the name of any organization represented. Statement should be limited to 5 minutes. Please silence all phones and electronic devices. Recording the meeting is allowed, and the commission requests that anyone be using special recording equipment be seated in the back row to avoid creating a distraction during the meeting. And there is no old business at this time, new business. We have a resolution, and once again, Mr. Potsner will give us details.
Morning, Commissioners. Morning. So pursuant to Chapter 65 of the Kansas Statutes, Public Health, the Barton County Commissioners act as the Board of Health for Barton County, Kansas. Said board is empowered to appoint a person licensed to practice medicine and surgery, preference being given to persons who have training in public health, who shall serve in an advisory capacity to the County Board of Health, as well as a local health officer. The Board of Health also traditionally has appointed the Public Health Director in Barton County. With the retirement of Karen Winkleman, local health officer and public health director, and in anticipation of regionalization, it is suggested the current structure of this resolution move from one resolution to 3. So essentially breaking up the health director, the health officer, and then the medical consultant into 3 separate resolutions. So with the first one, I asked you to consider with the retirement of Karen Winkleman to appoint as the local health officer, Lindsay Ensley to also be appointed as the interim local health officer. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Do you have any discussion?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I was lucky enough to get to come in and visit with both Karen, Matt, and Lindsay when we asked her if she would consider stepping into this role. And I think that there's not a better choice to be made. And I'm happy that she's willing to help us out right now. We'll see what the future holds, right?
I'd just say that, I think we talk a lot about Karen during those times, those COVID times, and Lindsay was right there by her side and actually leading the charge in a lot of the initiatives. And so I can't think of a better person to take on the interim role.
I agree.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for trusting us and taking the step up. So thank you.
Same, thanks.
Also, thank you for stepping up. Okay, with that, I'm ready for a motion.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
If I may, I'd move to adopt resolution 2026-01, a resolution appointing an interim Barton County local health officer, and rescinding resolution 2020-04, a resolution appointing the Barton County local health officer, public health director, and medical consultant, same adopted October 26, 2020.
Okay, can I get a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, first, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Congratulations. Okay, moving on, another resolution, resolution appointing an interim public health director.
So this would be the next piece of that. This resolution would appoint Lindsay as the interim public health director.
Okay, Any discussion on that? I think we pretty well discussed it.
You want to do that?
Sure. If I can make a motion, move to adopt resolution 2026-02, a resolution appointing an interim public health director.
I'd second that motion.
Got a first, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Now it's official.
Yes, congratulations again. Okay, moving on to other business discussion items.
One more resolution.
Take us away, Matt.
Oh,
So this would be the third piece of this. So at this time, we ask the board to confirm the appointment of Dr. John Pike as the paid medical consultant to the local health officer.
Mr. Chair,
yes.
I would move to adopt resolution 2026-03, a resolution appointing a medical consultant.
Second that.
Got a first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, I think that's it. Moving on to other business discussion items. I think we pretty well discussed everything unless somebody does have something. Citizens organization may present requests or proposals for initial consideration, and the next meeting of the Board of Health will be announced at a later date. And I'm ready for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.